Just a little bit of delay between the race time, GG, and the stream's actually starting. I didn't quite see if this was major minor or if this was a full split, but we'll see that pretty soon. Mr. Guy Average getting the moonfall. Stachio, known for not moonfalling, but looks like Sparta's doing the same thing. Just gonna weave around this bottom platform. Everybody doing their best not to fall in pits. All right, so we got an energy tank on the pedestal for player 1. And then for player 2, it looked like it was a spring ball for player 1. And then it looks like morph balls are all going to be in the ceilings today. So hopefully everybody can do this D-boost pretty quickly. So player 1 already with 10 super missiles, and player 2 getting 5 power bombs so far. And it's just missiles here at Alpha Missiles for Stachio CAD. So going meme route here is kind of risky. It does look like we have a major minor split here. We'll see if Stachio chooses to... Yeah, so Stachio's going to check this minor item here. It's also missiles, so he'll be heading up. If that had been super missiles, you would have had the option to do meme route. Zero Mendez is making the Billy Mays check here, so he might have the option to do... He might have the option to do meme route if he finds some super missiles. And there was a pack of super missiles for both players there, so it'll be interesting to see what he decides to do armed with those. MGA is going fast. He's already at Bonterizo. He did get the screw attack out of there. That's pretty comfy. Means he's not going to be soft locked here for a little bit. Or not soft locked, but in BK mode where you're just stuck without any checks. And he is taking a save, so I imagine Mr. Guy Average is going to be heading through the gauntlet at this time. Sparta also grabbing that screw attack. Plasma beam for player 1, player 2's Bonterizo, so that's pretty comfy. MGA is getting a lot of nice items so far. Stachio has an E-Tank. E-Tank and power bombs. So I really like the early gauntlet play here because Guy Average is still looking for power bombs. So there's a couple more major minor items back here along with the major in the front. If either of those minor items are power bombs, it could be very useful. And he does get his own space jump. Oh yeah, you can't actually get through there without bombs. I did forget about that. So this is just for the major item. But space jump is nice. Stachio is also choosing to go through the gauntlet. He has some power bombs, so he can actually make it through this all the way. All right, so the gauntlet for player 2 is just a energy tank for player 1. Sparta is choosing to pick up that space jump. It's such a nice movement item. There'd really be no reason to reset that this early. Or even ever. Right, and there are some super missiles and a missile pack in the gauntlet minor items here. And Sashio does find speed booster also for Mr. Guy Average, who I think is just missing high jump boots now to have all the nice movement items. And when you do have speed booster, high jump boots is a big deal. So he'll probably be hoping to get those pretty soon. There is a grapple beam there for somebody in the Brinstar Reserve. Guy Average trying to do the screw attack to get I think it's called the Ron Popeil missile. He gets a super missile out of that. That's a really fun trick. I'm glad that he got to show that off. Okay, so Stachio Cat finding another item for Mr. Guy Average. Stachio's only real major item so far is the Morph Ball. But there still hasn't been any power bombs for player 1 either. So this has been it's a rather unfortunate seed. Because now you're going to have to consider having to come back for these Brinstar major items. When do you come back for Edecoons and the Wavegate? Mr. Guy Average was kind of thinking there about what he should do. Because he doesn't want to leave that stuff behind. Hopefully something real quick is some power bombs for player 1. But it does look like we're going to end up with a seed that there's just going to be this looming Brinstar. Guy Average was going to go up Red Tower, but I think he realized he couldn't do much without power bombs and turned around before he got stuck and had to do the whole loop again. It's just an E-Tank at Spazer there. Stachio heading in to check the wave gate here. Sparta also going down Red Tower, which really makes sense. It's the only place they have good checks left to do. I mean, with this space jump and speed and screw attack, It should be possible for Guy Average to at least get to Bubble Mountain if he chose to. Oh, there are some power bombs there. He's checking. He wants to know. And they are his own power bombs. That's kind of a relief, but at the same point, like I said, it's going to be looming on everybody if you're going to go back for that or not. So right now there's I think 3 major items back in Brinstar at the Wave Gate, at the Waterway, and at Edicoons. Yeah, there was gravity also at High Jump Boots for Guy Average. Sparta will also be picking that up very shortly. Pistachio count, of course, only the morph ball. All right, and Sparta grabbing his gravity suit, so he's happy to get that. Pistachio also choosing to head down Red Tower, so he'll be going. I imagine he'll be looking to head into Kraid first. Sparta choosing quickly to just dip out of Norfair. So we're gonna get some divergence here. We'll see what pays off for our runners. Okay. So Sparta just going to kill Kraid here. This makes a lot of sense. This is something he has to do anyways. Now there's 2 major items behind Kraid. Pistachio blowing out the wall into Kraid here. So he's also going to be going into his Kraid fight. MGA checking out the Norfair Reserve here. So there's 2 minor items and the major item in the back. Oh, so that's Ice Beam for Pistachio Cat. Finally, a second major item for Pistachio. Oh, Sparta actually got the super missile on the right frame there and locked Kraid's jaw. But it looked like he had some trouble with his menu a little bit. Pistachio getting the stand-up Kraid here. This is a thing that happens to everybody. Luckily, he has a bunch of missiles and supers, so it's not so bad. It was just a reserve tank behind Kraid there. We'll see what's in the E-tank location in just a second. Alright, so Sparta also getting those high jump boots. Alright, so that is an E-tank for player 1 there. And Pistachio is going to show us what we have there for player 2. So that's just a vanilla energy tank there. In the meantime, Guy Average has found bombs. We'll see if there's other goodies here as well. So it looks like Sparta's going to be heading into Meridia. There are some major checks you can do here. There's Mom the Turtle, and then he can make his way towards Dragon, where there's a few more major items. Sometimes you see people go through here and go straight out to the top to the wrecked ship, but I imagine with Speed Booster, he's going to want to clear all of Meridia, or at least most of it. Oh, there is a Varia suit there for 0. That's a big find. In the meantime, MGA is heading into Crocomire. So there's going to be two major items here behind Crocomire. The first one behind this acid, the second one at the grapple beam location. Gavard's doing his best to sneak in a missile and a super here on each round, making Crocomire step back 4 steps. Pistachio, checking out the ice beam location here. Got an energy tank there from MGA. That's a pretty convenient time. And then another energy tank, Pistachio. And, you know, he's swimming in minor items and ice beam and energy tanks. A nice spike suit. Let's see what he decides to use this for. If he attempts to keep it for anything. He does have, I think, all hundo movement items, so it's possible that Guy Average is going to attempt to bring this to X-Ray like you do in hundo. That could be really interesting if he were to do that. So Sparta checking out Aqueduct. Crocomire, kind of a bust for MGA and the catJAMMERS. Just an energy tank, a reserve tank, some minor items. Doing a great job holding on to this spike suit, though. Meanwhile, Sparta's going into his Batoon fight here. Alright, so it's 10 supers to take him down. So he gets in 7 on the first round. Getting kind of trolled by Batoon's terrible hitbox. Batoon is kind of all neck. It all gets in the way, and he's only vulnerable on his head. Yeah, so MGA is choosing to leave Kraid behind. And it does look like he's trying to bring the spike suit over to X-Ray. I really appreciate the commitment to this. Alright, let's see if we get rewarded for anything here at X-Ray. It is just an E-Tank. It's for himself, but he was probably hoping that was going to be for Stachio, who's doing some hell runs right now in Norfair. That was a pretty exciting thing for him to do. In the meantime, Sparta's going into his Dragon fight. Looks like he's trying to set up the quick kill here. Or not, he's just going to be setting up the missile kill. So we do know that Player 2's Varia is in Player 1's Mama Turtle. It could be a while before Guy Average comes back for that. So Stachio Cat is probably going to end up getting pigeonholed into going up to the wrecked ship. But at least with this play, going up to wrecked ship, it gives Guy Average a good way to get back to those Brinstar items in case there's something important there. That's probably what led him back to the wrecked ship, knowing that he'll be able to route those in after. Stachio Cat trying to check out that Norfair reserve item. His health is a little bit low here. Hopefully it's either not important. He only has 10... Oh, he has 18 power bombs. The number was too small on my screen. So yeah, this is a pretty comfy check then if he has all these E-Tanks. Meanwhile, Guy Average heading into Fantoon. See what kind of patterns he gets here. It looks like Norfair Reserve wasn't anything worthwhile. So we have a mid. It's a nice little Doppler on that. We have a second mid. That's nice. And then a fast. That's a pretty friendly Fantoon. Nobody's gonna complain about a mid fast. Sparta, meanwhile, choosing to check out Shack Tool. This is a check that sometimes people skip. So I like this play from Sparta and the Taco Tank Dodgers. They know that the catJAMMERS have really strong execution. So making a play like this, something that your opponent might skip, could end up paying out really well for you. Okay, so MGA is heading to the wrecked ship E-Tank here. He has full movement item, so I'm not surprised he didn't save beforehand. You can do this very quickly. So we have Spazer at Shack Tool, apparently. That's you're not really happy to find that. Oh, that's cool. Stashio finds another item for MGA, who now has Charge, Ice, Plasma. He's only missing Wave and Varia Suit. But I think this is to their favor. Stashio Cat has recently been grinding low percent ice, so he's comfortable with only having the ice beam as an item. Whereas FGA likes having every item. And he's doing the green gate glitch to check out the grapple beam. We do find the other suit here in Meridia. That's at the plasma beam. So this is looking really good for a team with Taco Tank Dodgers. Both Varia Suit and Gravity Suit are in Player 1's Meridia. So we're gonna see when MGA comes back to that Meridia play. Is he gonna be checking the top of Wreck Ship? It looks like he's gonna be peeking at least the Wreck Ship Reserve. Taking this time as well to put his Plasma Beam back on. Oh, so there's Charge Beam for Stashio. Well, let's see. I imagine MGA might then be gonna go. He will probably be doing bowling then. And he is making sure to pick up a lot more minor items as well. So he might be thinking about ammo concerns. This could also be potentially setting up It's too early to really be thinking about Lower Norfair when Stashio only has the Ice Beam and I guess the Charge Beam coming up in a minute. But since there's no fanfare in this mode, it doesn't hurt to pick up so many items as well. The question for the Taco Tank Dodgers then is, where is Sparta's Varia Suit going to be found? We do see a space jump here in the sand pit. That one's going to be for player 2, who's getting some more movement items. Stashio with his second major item. He's doing very well. I don't think I've ever seen such a huge imbalance between two players before. It does look like Guy Average is heading over to Frinstar, so he's going to be doing those checks. This could end up hurting them. We'll see. It's really going to depend where Sparta's Varia Suit is. Like, if that gets found quickly, it's a huge advantage towards the Taco Tank Dodgers. Looks like we have Zero Mendez heading into Lower Norfair. So just an energy tank at the Edicoons. There's 2 more major items over here, though. And MJ deciding to check out the minor item here as well at the top of the Edicoon shaft. So that's some vanilla power bombs. I mean, if he gets a couple more power bombs, he could do suitless Lower Norfair. Which is hopefully not what he does next. And hopefully he goes into Meridia for Stachio. Alright, hopefully we can see this item coming up here on Zero Mendez's side. Alright, so we have an E-Tank here at GT. There's an X-ray scope at the Wave Gate. And there's his own Varia suit, so Sparta got that as well, and is it looks like the Taco Tank Dodgers, they're practically in go mode. They just need a little bit more ammo for Zero Mendez. But this is looking like it could be a pretty big upset, with the catJAMMERS being favored going into this race. And this is, I think this was in the losers bracket, but I'm not sure. Right, so this, if they don't find some suits for Stachio soon, this could be the last race from catJAMMERS in this tournament. He is choosing to blow up the tube. So this is promising. So he's going to be finding, I think it's the gravity suit here at Mama Turtle. And if Stachio then just decides to leave Wreck Ship, this could be still a close race. Oh, it was the Varia suit here. So gravity suit was at Plasma Beam. So gravity suit is something that's going to be a lot easier to miss. Stachio is doing the terrible bomb jump. Luckily, he has a bunch of power bombs to do it with. Yeah, so this high jump is in Lower Norfair. I guess it was at the Firefleas location. So Stasio is going to need either MGA to find his gravity suit, or he's going to have to do the high jumpless lava dive, where you have to K-go through flame and jump up on some spikes. He does find his own screw attack there in the wrecked ship, so if he is going to be heading to Lower Norfair, he is going to feel a lot more comfortable with this loadout. Nice full halfie from MGA there. Going to be heading into his Dragon fight. I'm also a little bit worried that he forgets about Kraid. As much as I would like to see a G3, I really don't want it to happen in a race this close. Stasio is choosing to go through all the wreck ships, so he's going to be doing the whole top of the wreck ship. Or he'll at least be proceeding through Bowling Alley. And he is going to peek this item that he can now get. Because there's speed booster there for him. So it's just an E-tank there. There's a convenient time for the speed booster. Unfortunately, it's nothing really important there. They are both still checking some minor items here. I guess hoping to get more supers. The charge ice fight is really, really long. Meanwhile, Sparta's into his Ridley fight here. He's choosing to use his charged plasma shots. Looks like he has Ice Beam as well. So I think this does about 750 damage or so. So it's almost the full damage compared to 900 from the full beam combo. Player 2 just has an energy tank behind Ridley. Okay, so it's 600 for Ice Plasma and 750 for Wave Plasma. Thank you, Asder. Alright, so it's just an energy tank at the gravity location for Stasio Cat. So I imagine he's going to be heading towards Lower Norfair here. And honestly, this the Shack Tool play at least leads me to believe that NGA will be finding Stasio's gravity suit, because he'll probably be coming back up and checking the gravities, or checking the plasma beam location, if he's bothering to do this. And Stasio will probably be pretty happy to get that Spazer beam. So they should be able to stop checking minor items after this. Yeah, so Stasio is just going back to check the waterway. This is a major item he wasn't able to get before. Sparta, player one on the Taco Tank Dodgers side, does look to be considerably ahead of everybody else so far in the race. So it's going to come down to the catJAMMERS versus Zero Mendez. He is trying to get out of Lower Norfair here. There's some scary key hunters. He can take a hit. I don't know how much he has in his reserve. And you can very easily get double hit by these guys if they trigger your reserve. And you really don't want that. He's taking it safe here. You do still have to be careful. If you're standing in the wrong spot, sometimes they can swoop down at you. All right, so MGA finds that gravity suit. So now the catJAMMERS are also in go mode. However, they both still have to kill Ridley, which is the longest boss. And Stasio Cat has to also kill Dragon. They're two very accomplished runners, and they have very good movement. Sparta is still checking some major items here, trying to help out Zero. He knows he has a little bit of time to... He knows he has a little bit of time. He's ahead of him, so he's trying to help out his teammate. That makes a lot of sense to do that. I would say that the Taco Tank Dodgers are ahead here. I just know that catJAMMERS, they're now in go mode and will be able to make up a lot of time here. And these two accomplished vanilla Super Metroid runners. And MGA proving me wrong. He does remember that there's Kraid. I was pretty worried that he was going to forget. And it does look like he's going to be going for some lag reduction strats here by doing, I think, a Kegel unmorph into the spikes here while Kraid is rising. So that lag reduction in Kraid can save like 1 second. So that's 1 second closer to catching up. All right, so we got some questions in chat about any brief summaries. So the big difference here is Sparta went into Meridia first after getting gravity and found both of player two's suits. Whereas Guy Average did everything else first. So because of the late items for Stachio Cat, they are a good bit behind here. We'll see if Stachio checks the Fireflea's item. We do know, I think that's his high jump boots. Stachio's making great use of that screw attack to just plow through the Deskigas. I think he probably feels behind at this point, and I don't know if Stachio Cat is going to end up checking Firefleas. I think we'll see here. If he checks behind Ridley, he might check Firefleas. But if he skips behind Ridley, I think there's no way. So Stachio going into his Ridley fight here. No high jump boots, so he has to... This is actually a really awkward fight, I find, to... If you're trying to like get over swoops and things, it's pretty hard to control Ridley. It's hard to get him to turn around when you don't have high jump boots, especially if you have speed and no high jump boots, so you're jumping even lower if you're trying to run and jump. Zero Mendez making quick work of Dragon with the grapple beam. Gets the quick grapple kill there right on the lower turret. Stachio does take care of Ridley. It does look like he's checking behind here, so maybe he'll find those high jump boots. I do think Team catJAMMERS will be able to make up some time, just both in this endgame boss rush and in Turian. But I think at this point, it's the Taco Tank Dodgers' game to lose. Grabbing that plasma beam, you know, he decides that is something he wants. Sparta going off to kill his last boss here. Guy Average actually going to be the first one with all his bosses dead. Except he's the furthest he could possibly be from Turian. All right, let's see if Stachio checks his major item or if he's just going to go. All right, so he is checking this, which we know is going to pay off for him. I imagine after this, nobody's checking anything. Stachio will grab his plasma beam on the way out of Meridia, and he'll be comfy after that. There are no wave beams, it looks like, so baby skips are going to be a little awkward, but you can still save time. It'll just take a few more jumps. MGA taking the spring ball and getting up through Wasteland. Unfortunately, just missed the Deskiga timing. Couldn't get the D boost. He does go back to try to get the speedball a couple times, but he keeps getting hit by that Disgiga. Sparta into his Fantoon fight. Zero Mendez actually not very far behind. So they're going to end up in the same room at the same time, it looks like. I didn't actually realize both Taco Tank Dodgers were so close together. Here, this makes sense for Guy Average to check what this is. It's just a reserve tank, but he has a little bit more time than Stasio, who's going to be running for his life towards Dragon. MJ deciding he doesn't want those power bombs, which makes sense. They don't really need any more minor items here. Maybe he's still hoping for some super missiles for Stasio, but he will be getting his plasma beam pretty shortly. I think the only major MJ didn't check would have been GT. So I imagine some of the items we're missing, maybe like both wave beams, they're probably hidden inside of player 2's Meridia. Oh, Zero Mendez, unfortunately getting the Fantoon Enrage here. That's going to cost him some time, give a little bit more time back to the catJAMMERS. Finished him off with just a couple more missiles. We do know that player 2's charge beam is in player 2's charge beam is in the wrecked ship for player 1's wrecked ship, but it's all the way at the top, so it's not something that's going to be relevant here. That does mean that Zero Mendez will have to take the ship refill, whereas both Guy Average and Stasio Cat have the option of skipping that. And when you have as many E-Tanks as Stasio Cat does, I think you have to consider doing that. Oh no, Stasio doesn't have a super missile. He's got to backtrack through the Coliseum here. Metroids didn't bail him out, so he's going to have to either hope from these Metroids or just go right for the bugs. MJ tried to bail out Stasio Cat there. Unfortunately, they were his own super missiles. Well, Sparta going into his Metroid rooms, taking it nice and safe. These are pretty awkward with screw attack. So you have to really be comfortable with the Hundo strats or the GT Classic strats to do, especially Metroid Room 1 quickly. Alright, Stasio's back now. He got his super missiles, he got into Dragon. I imagine he's going to be going for the grapple kill as well, and maybe shooting some missiles at Dragon's belly first. Zero Mendez making his way into Torian. So he's starting his Torian, but Stasio is just starting his Dragon fight. Because Stasio not choosing to do the grapple kill, and instead going for a spark and ammo kill. Okay, so he's going for the grapple kill now. Unfortunately, waited a little bit too long to get grabbed by the goop there, and Dragon didn't target him. That's something that happens when you're doing the right to or the left to right goop. That's something that can happen if you trigger the goop early. He does get the spike suit, so he'll have a slightly faster Coliseum here, saving 5 whole seconds. And he does get to do the reverse halfie. Zero Mendez is heading into his big boy room here. We'll see if he goes for a baby skip or if he's going to be damaging down. Alright, so he will be damaging down to try to save a little bit more time on the baby itself when it's draining his energy. MGA gets that, gets the baby skip with his plasma beam. It is a bit difficult shooting out all of the seaweed up at the top. Sparta and his Mother Brain 2 fight into the catch-up phase. Guy average very close behind. I think there's a good chance we see maybe a stand-up here out of Guy average, but he really has no reason to, being so far ahead of Stasio. Zero Mendez is doing his best to be careful with ammo here. He doesn't have the charge beam. And he is gonna have to go back here. He chose to reset, actually. He chose to reset rather than go back and refill his missiles. This is going to give Stasio Cat a little bit more time to catch up. Alright, Zero going for the Zeb skip this time, trying to make his way through. I think the first time he was just scared, maybe. It's a trick that if you don't get it right away, you can end up actually losing quite a bit of time trying to clip through the Zebetite. So I can understand wanting to avoid that and just playing it safe. Unfortunately, he just mismanaged his ammo a little bit and wasn't able to get it on the first attempt. Here he does get through the Zebutite, so he's going to have quite a bit more ammo now for this attempt. But it did give Stashio Cat quite a bit of time to catch up here. Guy Average was doing stand-up. But he's into his Mother Brain 3. Sparta into his Escape. Those two they're going to be really close together when they finish. Zero, his ammo is pretty comfortable this time. And it doesn't look like he's missed too many shots. So as long as he doesn't take any big damage, this should be pretty safe for him. Stashio does get that baby skip, so he's going to be getting into his Mother Brain fight very shortly as well. So I imagine what we will see here out of Stashio is a stand-up phase, but it's not going to make the difference here between the two runners. Although it is another time for him he's able to catch up just a little bit more. Especially after seeing this finish here from Sparta. And to Guy Average finishing before Sparta. All that's left now is the race between Stashio and Zero Mendez. Zero's already into the cutscene. He's going to be heading into Phase 3 momentarily. Stashio, Mother Brain 2 almost done. Zero choosing to just stay safe in the corner here. Stashio damaging down. Looks like he's setting up for stand-up. So he'll be able to save a little bit more time here. Zero is missing quite a few shots here in the corner. But he does get Mother Brain 3 down. I think this is looking like a huge upset. And the race did end up being very, very close. Zero going through the Leodox room. Getting through it relatively quickly. Good and safe. Nothing, taking a nice, safe, right side spark here. Gonna be heading into the parlor. Stashio needs Zero here to get hit by Infinity Steams. And Zero gets to the ship, securing the win for the Taco Tank Dodgers. Get your GGs in chat for the Taco Tank Dodgers taking out a heck of a team here in the catJAMMERS, who were probably one of the favorite teams even going into this tournament. And just GG's as well to the catJAMMERS, who were honestly several minutes behind. They were several minutes behind, but still managed to come back and make it this close. I mean, that's just how rando is sometimes. Unfortunately for the catJAMMERS, Sparta found all the suits for Zero pretty much as soon as they could have. And that extra movement ability and just stuff that Zero could do really ended up being the difference here. So we'll see if either runners join here for the interview. Welcome, Stashio Cat. Welcome, Guy Average.
Yo.
Hello.
It was a heck of a seed. Unfortunately for you, it was the Taco Tank Dodgers. Sparta pretty much immediately went into Meridia and got both of the suits.
Yep, that's kind of what I figured happened.
Yeah. I honestly hate that I got Spike Suit. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I was thinking if I don't get Spike Suit at Croc, I'm going to Meridia. But if I get Spike Suit, I really want to use it on X-Ray. And then I got it, and I was like actually pogging, but it was a bad thing, because then it really messed up the routing. So then I was like, okay, I'll just go up to Wreck Ship instead of going to Meridian. That sucked.
I mean, you did find the charge beam up there, which was good, but yeah, unfortunately it delayed Stashio Cat from being able to really progress, because he had, I think, just the ice beam for I don't know, like 30 minutes.
That was all I had, yeah. And I was like, dude, where's my stuff? I have just ice and grapple, which I had got hell running.
You guys were, I think, several minutes behind by the time you hit go mode, but you did manage to catch up very, very well. We do have Sparta in here as well, but he's still muted. We'll see if Zero Mendez is going to be joining or not.
Hey people, GG's.
Hey, GG Sparta.
Thank you. Zero Mendez is having some issues with his internet, so he won't be joining us today.
All right, that's unfortunate, but tell him GG's for us. It was a great race by you guys. He did a great job holding on to the win there.
Thank you. Yeah, I was not expecting this win against Guy Average and Stashio Cat. So it was really nice. I think I have an idea what went good for us was doing the check for plasma and finding gravity there. I believe, and then going back to Brewster to get my Varia. So I don't know if that was something that put us in ahead, but I had a feeling that they were not checking plasma and then going back to charge. I don't know if that was the situation.
Yeah, so I went straight to Norfair and I did hell runs, all of that. And then I got Spike Suit at Croc. So instead of going to Meridia, which I was planning on doing it, I decided just to go up to X-Ray, and then I was ready at Red Tower, so I went up to Wreck Ship, and then I did the whole Bryn loop. And then finally I went back to Meridia, and Plasma was the last thing I checked in Meridia.
Yeah, I did a default 100% check in Meridia. So I got Plasma right after Dragon. And then I started to do the Brinstar cleanup, but I started from Green Hills and Big Pink. And the first thing that I got was my Varia.
Yeah.
Zero Mendes died in the early game, so he was behind, I believe. When I was in Big Pink, he died, so he had, I believe, with no saves, if I'm not mistaken. So he had to start from scratch, only with the items that I gave him.
That probably didn't hurt him that much this seed, to be honest, because he was lined up with me, right? So like on my seed, so I had nothing. I only had Ice Beam for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, Zero Mendes had Spazer for a while before I got him the Ice Beam.
Oh wow, I
So
didn't get Spazer until really late. I don't know.
Yeah, because I skipped
MGA sent me
grade.
that.
Yeah, I skipped grade
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah, my routing was just really silly, honestly. But yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure out who between you just got the first PBs on high jump boots.
Yeah, I had to get the first PBs there too.
Yeah, that was my situation, and I was afraid that Zero Mendes dying, he was delaying my PBs
Oh yeah.
because. But in the end, I found them first, so I think it didn't matter a
Nope.
lot.
Yeah, I didn't find any PBs, and I was checking extra minors too. Like I was doing like Mission Impossible, and I did like Edakun's PBs and stuff like that, which I would normally skip, but
Yeah, and then in the end, since we didn't get charged for Zero, he went to Torin with his ammo. I believe it was just enough to kill Mother Brain, and he missed a bunch of shots on the Mother Brain one fight and had to reset and go for a Zeb skip so he could finish the fight. So we were afraid that we were going to lose the race there when me and I believe Guy Average finished like 3 seconds apart. Well, okay, yeah, though that misfiring of ammo will cost us the race. But
I might have been able to overcome him if I didn't have a horrendous Meridia, actually. I didn't notice that Batoon didn't drop me any supers, so I went all the way to the green door, like in the full happy room, and couldn't open it. And then I killed all the Metroids and didn't get a super, and I had to go back and farm. And then I forgot I had grapple, and I completely butchered the Dragon fight, and it took me forever. So that was like absolutely horrible. And I bet if I didn't do that, it would have been really close.
Yeah, Zero Mendes left Lorna Fair with a bad ammo situation, but he stopped to farm on Croc before Croc Speedway, so his Meridia was clean, and I was ahead, so I was checking every miner in my way because we did Phantom last, so I was checking everything until his Phantom was dead. Then we went to Torian. We entered Torian really close, but then because of the ammo situation, we ended up finishing like 3 or 4 minutes apart. And what else happened that was interesting? Yeah, just it. Yeah, when I got my Varia, we were both in go mode, but Zero Mendes was low on ammo, so we were just getting miners along the way to see if we could finish the game.
Your Varia was your go mode?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. We had very different routes. I don't remember where like the other player Varia suit was. Like the one that we grabbed for our other partner.
Yeah.
Was that also in Meridia? Oh, it was Mama Turtle. Now I remember.
Yeah, Mama Turtle was in my situation. Player 2 Varia was in Mama Turtle. Player 1 was in charge. In player 1 charge. In my situation.
Meridia was stacked. It was that was definitely the play.
I was, after checking high jump boots, I only had, I believe, 2 or 3 tanks. So I was not feeling good enough to do hell runs. So I went back to Crate since I just got my PBs. So after Crate with speed, and I had speed grapple. I checked everything in Maridia. I did a full clear there. So yeah, I think that was it's a slow play, but the right play in the end. Because checking everything in Maridia is really a pain.
I mean, I think that's kind of the right call to make too. When you know that the catJAMMERS are really strong on execution, so you kind of have to make a play like going into Meridian, committing to getting all the items and hoping you get something good.
Yeah. I was thinking about that because the execution is way better than B and Zero, so we had to do something different. Going for Plasma and then going back to Brinster, starting from Big Pink, was some risks that I tried to take, and in the end, it paid off. So yeah, if we did a more conventional route, I believe the result will be completely different than it was today.
We were a bit worried that MGA would have ended up going to Lower Norfair instead of Meridia, which then would have led to Sashio having no suits, which would have been a pretty sad way to end the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I knew I was ahead for sure. So I was like, yeah, Meridia is definitely more dense. That would totally be reckless if I just went to LN.
I don't remember when, but when Zero Mendes got his when Zero Mendes got his Varia, we are talking about Zero going to learn or fair, but while he was doing Croc, we noticed that he didn't have any vertical movement for Roast to ruin the game. So we called the plan off because that would be a big mistake. Then I believe after I got my Varia, I found his space jump. I don't remember where. So and he was still in Croc or leaving Croc, I believe. So he was close enough not to be a huge delay for us.
Yeah, actually, so our timing was horrible because I went and did all those hell runs, and I had absolutely nothing, so I had to go all the way back to wreck ship. And then I think just after all that, like eventually he got me my suits. Like I cleared all of wreck ship, went down, and then like on my way back over there, I got both suits, and I was like full go mode because he gave me both suits, speed booster, and space jump. Like all at the end.
Yeah. Since I did all the checks in Maradia, we were in go mode almost together, but I was way ahead of him. So I was checking everything on my way. The go mode wasn't late for him, but he had a lot of things to do in the end. So, well, that's it.
Yeah, GG on the win. Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, GG.
And thanks for you guys for the race.
Yeah.
I want to watch it and watch chat because I have an idea it was a really good race to enjoy, really close. So thanks everybody and GG's, and well, let's see who we'll face in the next round. And thanks for everybody for the comms and the tracking, and the staff at the SpeedGaming for making this race possible. And see ya.
Hey, have a good night, Sparta.
Yep.
Do you guys have anything else to add?
Yeah, just thanks for comments, Simo. And thank you to Jestro for tracking.
Yeah, thanks, Jestro, and Simo too. Maybe I'll watch this back. I hope you justifiably bullied me and for how horrible I played.
Bullied you for having no items for most of the game. All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in, and give our runners a follow. There they are. There's their Twitches. That other command didn't work. That's fine. You don't have to give me or Jestro a follow. I do appreciate everyone for tuning in. Again, this was a great race, and I think we can expect some more good races out of this tournament as it proceeds. The next match, I believe, is tomorrow. So tomorrow night. So look forward to that. All right. So everybody, have a good